Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Tim. Great to see you again, Pete. It's been a while, although we've been working together. Little bit of introduction. You'll see two logos on the screen, Stylists and InStyle. They are owned by the same. We have a platform called Stylists, which really sits on top of what's called a property management system. And for those of you who don't know what a PMS is, well, that's a property management system. And our journey as a company started about 10 years ago when we started with InStyle. And InStyle it's really just a glorified diary, which enables properties to know how many rooms they've got and rates and availability. So we can push those, because if we don't know the real truth of availability and rates, we can't do this thing online. And so InStyle grew to a point where we now have about 1,000 users, small accommodation owners in the UK, and it grew to it grew into a platform called Stylists, and that really started. And I actually need to start my 15 minutes a bit late here because I could talk forever on this stuff. But Stylists started when a small visit. It was a small tourist information center in the Lake District came to us and said, well, if we can get everybody to use InStyle, maybe we could potentially build a booking platform on it. And that's where Stylists was born. So Stylists doesn't just sit on InStyle, it sits on many of our peers in the market, like Super Control, anything that's built on SiteMinder. So when we started talking to Pete with VEE, a good year and a half ago, I think now, it was a wonderful opportunity to not only bring the InStyle users onto this platform, but also the Super Control users, all the little hoteliers. So our accommodation investment, or the investment, has been in integrating with other people as well. And of course, technology is a fragmented thing. The ecosystem, especially in travel, is very fragmented. So our challenge is to try and bring everybody together and to help disintermediate the big players like Booking.com. So I'm going to pitch this from an InStyle point of view. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use InStyle, because most property management systems should do what we do. And InStyle and Stylists are interconnected. So hopefully we will help you distribute in a fairer economy and keep, as Pete said, all the margin in the local economy. So let's kick off. Let me just see if all right. So I just wanted to talk about using technology to take back control, and then really three main themes: helping you to increase your cash flow, inspiring your consumer confidence, and then moving on to keeping the overall costs low. So what are the pain points? Well, I'm hoping everybody's accepted that the telephone no longer works, and that the guests are driving the market, and they want instant online booking. That's why they go to the likes of Airbnb or Booking.com. So if you don't have a property management system at the base level of your technology, if you're an accommodation owner or in hospitality, you can't sell online. And if you can't sell online, you can't rely on people playing telephone tag. So it's really time, if you haven't, to adopt a PMS that can support you in everything I'm going to talk about in the next 10 minutes. Right, the next pain point, obviously, Pete alluded to this, is the online travel agents have got a stranglehold on the economy, and they charge most of your margin, actually, so high commissions, so really you have an opportunity. I always say direct is best. Sell directly on your own website, but it's quite difficult for that website to be found. So you need a strategy where you partner with organizations like VEE so that you can be found. And then if you can't sell directly, distribute sensibly. Take it to an endpoint that's not going to rip you off with an 18 to 25% commission rate. The next pain point, well, guest abandon. If a guest abandons your website, they just, they might discover, they might get inspired by you. They might be looking at your Instagram feed. They might be absolutely inspired to come and visit you and book there. But actually, they go to your website and it's lackluster. And I think Nathan, I'm guessing what Nathan's going to talk to us in the next session about, but Nathan is the guy, I'm sure, who will build you a beautiful website that doesn't result in guests jumping off and going somewhere else. So as long as you've got a good PMS that's embedded in one of Nathan's websites, you'll find that that people won't abandon and jump off, because that costs you a lot of money. You put all this effort into Instagram, driving people to your website, and then they jump off and go and book on booking.com and cost you 18%. So you're almost double taxed. The other point, OTAs look after their audience, not you. I mean, they need you as a property because that's what they're selling. But you would have probably seen just how Booking.com and Airbnb have turned their backs on many non-refundable rates, and I know a lot of our users have been furious that what they thought was money in their bank was refunded by Booking.com. So just be careful, and I think I say later on, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you love Airbnb, it is a wonderful experience. It's very easy to use, but don't put all your eggs in Airbnb's basket. Make sure that you have control right at the source and have your own property management system. You can distribute to multiple places, but really you should start using the online travel agents as glorified search engines, because most guests will come back looking for your own website. And if they see your website and they have a painless, easy to use booking experience, they will book directly with you. And that's the whole name of the game here. So yeah, don't place all your eggs in the OTA's baskets. Take back control using a capable property management system, and then distribute sensibly, which is certainly the opportunity. So let's talk about bounce back basics. Any booking outside your cancellation terms is basically provisional. So if you've got a 24-hour cancellation policy, you can't really bank on that booking until that 24-hour window comes up. So what you really need to do is we've just got to get everybody out there thinking EasyJet. Make prepaid the norm. And so one of the things that we certainly have done at InStyle in the last few months is we've really invested heavily in vouchers, because if you give a guest a preferential rate and you say it is non-refundable, that may put a guest off, but it is going to be the best rate. And if you get the best rate and then you say to a guest, you know what, if you want the flexibility, we'll swap that out with a gift voucher so that you can book at any other time. And actually what's happened is, you know, any property with a good property management system has been able to swap up cancellations with discounts in an automated style. So you really need to make sure your property management system does this, because gift vouchers are the way to offer non-refundable flexibility, which is the best of both worlds. The next thing is flexibility is a premium. We need to try and change the world. So there should be a gap of 20%. The airlines did it. We've accepted it, and flexibility should be premium. Bank your best rate. You just got to take all the friction out of the booking process. Don't have a complex rate structure where a guest gets into your website and there are 9 different types of, well, there's a rate including breakfast. There's a rate if you don't do this, if you don't do that. I mean, it's really complicated. Try and create, I mean, we've always tried to get our users to look at selling a hotel room as a product. People just want to know what it is and what it costs. They don't want 16 different derivations of the product, and you probably find they get so confused that they abandon and go to somewhere where it's simpler. So just take the friction out. Upsell your options. That's a no-brainer. If you can, try and get some more money out of them at the time of booking. Offer them incentives. And then, of course, your call to action on social media, CTA, should always be go book. It should be taken to a booking page. try and give them a promo link where the promotion is priced into that landing page. So they don't go to your home page and go and have to dig around looking for the promotion link. Make sure that you are sending them straight to a landing page with the product you're selling. So an example of this, if you've got a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday night rate, take them to a page which is selling them the Sunday rate. Don't expect them to go digging and searching in your internet booking engine for that rate. So consumer confidence, all about converting looks to books. So looks to books ratio is something we talk about a lot. Think like a customer. So keep, and it's just reinforcing this, keep the booking journey clear and simple. Keep the pricing transparent. Often the pricing of our clients that we inherit, who've just adopted PMSs or come from a different PMS, is a really complicated pricing structure. We use base rates and we build those from there. So if you change your base rate, your breakfast rate will change automatically, or whatever it might be. So don't give your customers any reason to leave your site. It's just not worth it. So just keep it simple, because if they do leave your site, they're either going to go and book at a competitor, or they're going to book on booking.com and cost you 18%. Obviously motivate the booking, and offer a gift voucher guarantee. So if prepaid rates, and this is the point I made earlier in the slide before, offer them a gift voucher guarantee. So, ask them for prepaid rates, bank that money. You won't have to refund that money to them, so you can use it to finance your business. But ensure that they've got a gift voucher guarantee. So if they do have a change in circumstance, they don't get their cash back, but you don't have to give the cash back. But at least they get to stay in the future. And that's really important especially in the sort of COVID-19 time. Secret codes. Just make sure that when your guests leave, you've given them a secret code with a 10% discount the next time they come, to incentivize them booking again with you directly, and make sure that you know who they are. Make sure that your PMS has an element of recognizing them when they come back, and those voucher codes can be automated in your PMS. Lower costs. We've always said, it's industry statistic that 53% of OTA customers will always try and look to see if you have a website of your own before booking. So if they're looking, make sure they book, convert the looks to books. One rate to the OTAs. Don't get a complicated rate structure and send all of those rates to the OTAs. Have one rate to the OTAs, and then use your flexible rates on your own sites. Build partnerships locally for marketing. The obvious one is build a partnership with VEE. They are your marketing partner in the region, and then reach out to the rest of the partners there, and again promote booking directly. Returning guests, I've spoken about that. They are sitting ducks in your marketing database. Please go back to them and offer them an incentive to book again. And secret unlock codes. Your PMS should be able to do that for you. Web only rates. The telephone. You might have a lot of people phoning you in to make bookings, but try and get people using your internet booking engine. That's why you have to have a really slick one, because it saves time. And answering telephones to say you're fully booked is just a waste of everybody's time. Your payment providers. This is another area. We have partnered with some amazing payment providers and saving an absolute fortune on card payments and so on. And these are becoming really important, because one of the biggest things we've had to do in the last few weeks is prepare for contactless check-in and check-out. So we need cards on file. Your PMS should take a card on file, should be emailing an arriving guest 24 hours before arrival saying, hey, check in, put your card on file, so that when you arrive, all you have to do is pick up the key at the desk. You don't have to do anything else. And And then also you can check out on the card online on your phone. So that's really important, and we've been very busy engineering all of that. And again, gift vouchers, sell your gift vouchers or refund the gift vouchers well, we released this in the last few months just to power all the cancellations we were seeing. So that's really, I think I probably hopefully stuck in within my time limit. Pleasure to be presenting today, and I'll be on the panel later, and here are my contact details. So please do drop me an email and ask me any questions. I'm here to help. It's a wonderful opportunity to embrace digital, and good luck with the reopening. I hope it is the 4th of July. Thank you.